Hey Matt, Rob Wild, Swing Vision Pro. Wanted to get your video out to you. I failed to get your email address, so I'm sending it to Dad's phone. You can retrieve it from there. Also, anywhere in the world, you can log on to www.swingvisionpro.com and select View Your Swing. When I send this video out to you via the email link, it will also have a password generated. So you just go in, put in your email and your password, and it will take you to your private locker. Those will be there indefinitely, okay? So you can pick it up from anywhere in the world. What I'm going to do right now is just let you swing away at the club. This is you right off the street when you first came in, before we started doing any work at all. So I'm going to let it run. 1, 2, I'm going to let it run till I see what I need to see. Okay? Then I'll bring you back to this point and we'll critique a little bit about what you were doing and then move into what I wanted you and what you ended up accomplishing doing. Okay? So here we go. I'm just going to let it run for your viewing pleasure. And we'll see another one. And let's take a look at one more, please. All right, now let's get you back, take you back to where we started. Get you right when you're getting ready to pull the trigger. I want to talk about the address position a little bit. As we talked about before, you know, set up, you, me, the guy next door, we can all set up just as good as any PGA pro, right? We talked about for you, you're a little bit too flexy in the knees, which is putting your weight out here past your laces, okay? To be on the balls of your feet, and we talked about that as well, to be on the balls of your feet, you really need to be right in the middle of your saddle on your shoes. So I would have you come out of this knee flex a little bit, all right? The other thing we looked at is spine angle. The spine angle that you're giving me right now looks something like this, okay? In a better situation, I would have you come maybe a ½ inch to an inch closer, come out of that spine angle a little bit more like this. If I continue this on down, I'll show you how much better this really creates for an axis for you to turn around. This kind of, if I continue this on down, it's kind of too flat, all right? So I would have you coming back up. We're going to get your head back up out of the way, because what you're doing right now is called a hanging chin. And I'll draw that line in for where your chin is right now. All right, so we talked about before, in the proper golf swing, I'm going to draw in your shoulder plane right here, because we were activating independently this left shoulder, and it's going to trap the club behind us, okay? So I'm going to run you through a little bit. So in your halfway back motion, again, want the head back up out of the way so we don't have a hanging chin, and I'll address that when you get there. So we're going to bring you forward, halfway back. Because we're activating that shoulder so drastically, look how much we've come out. I'm going to draw a red line in beside where the green one was. We've come out a good 6 inches, Matt. Okay, that's no good, my friend. We need to get in this halfway back position, which is flat, flat, and level. If I draw a line through your hands and through your club shaft, you're setting yourself up to hit this golf ball to the right, all right? If I look at this shaft, you know, this would be our target line right here. Okay, I don't think we put down the sticks at that point. But if I look at this, look what happens because you're trapped behind you. Let me show you what that means. Look how the deviation is from this orange line to this orange line. We set up pretty good because this orange line is target line. Our feet are perpendicular to that target line, but we're getting trapped behind ourselves because we're activating this left shoulder independently, okay? So I'm gonna draw another green in here. So if this were to come more in front of you like this, which is correct, look how these match, all right? These match. If this were to continue on, these would match. This right over here, I'll pull the deviant in red. Look how, I mean, it's going to go crazy. They don't match. They're getting wider and wider away because you're incorrectly, geometrically setting yourself up for a bad golf swing. All right? So I'm going to get this all out of the way and show you that block shoulder. What happens is, we talked about this, your left shoulder at some point is going to pin itself against the left side of your face, and unless you sway off or unless you bend your arm, you will not be able to continue your backswing. You know, and then again, you came to me making a huge arm swing, and we got rid of that. All right, you're going to love me for it, I promise. Okay, we got rid of that. So let's take you on back a little bit farther in your backswing. See, now you're blocked. And what I mean by that again is your shoulder level is up here and your chin level is down here. Okay, so you're impeding the progress of your left shoulder. Okay, at that point, you will start to bend your arm. Another thing I want to bring to your attention, we're stepping out of our knee flex here pretty drastically, which transfers the weight back to our heels. We can't play tiddlywinks from our heels, okay? So I take you back. Now you're blocked. You will start to bend this arm right now, sir. And because you're really blocked right here, look at what I end up with here. I'm going to show you this. Vivid living color. I come to your elbow, and then I come up. I've got a 38-degree bend in that arm. Not only that, you have crossed the line back here. Again, geometrically, you're still setting yourself up to hit this golf ball right. Okay? The biggest culprit is this huge cup that we've created in our wrist. Right? That's going to open that club head up. We talked about going down the highway, sticking that club out, blah, 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 blah. That's what you're doing, my friend. So we want to stick that club, and look how much air. Look how much air you've created right here between your body line and your arm line. Body line's here, your arm line's way up here. Okay? But we've got a big V in there, actually. We want that pinned against your right side of your body. Right? So again, come up out of the knee flex. Look at knee flex. Now all your weight is traveling right back here on your heels. No good. All right? You've played golf long enough, you will try to get back into your knee flex. And we talked about manipulation. Anytime we manipulate, we tend to do one of two things. We tend to undershoot or overshoot the correct position. We talked about it. Can we hit it right? Yes, by accident. We do not want to play golf by accident. Okay? Now, I'm going to take you down through your backswing. So we've screwed all this up, come out of our knee flex, separate from our body, bent our arm, cupped our wrist. Trust me, this is my job, okay? All right, so now we're starting to make the downswing, and we start to come back in. You will attempt to get back in the proper hitting position, okay? Get all this out. Look how much the knee flex is come back, but it's still way out here. It's not on the balls of our feet. We're not able to make a coordinated athletic move from this position. So we went from here, straighten it out. Actually, we started a little less than this. Went from here, straightened it out on the green red line. Then we got back into our knee flex, indicated by the other green line. So we're coming out, getting back in. Coming out, getting back in. Manipulation, my friend. Overshoot or undershoot. But look what you're trying to do here, Matt. Left arm, straight. Wrist, laid off. Okay, flat, which makes it. Look how little of the club head I see here. This is going down the highway with an angle. Remember the axe? Now you're slicing through the air as opposed to boom through the air, okay? Remember that axe? That is a quick move. You're going to add minimally 10 miles per hour to your swing speed, okay? Probably even more, as much upper body as you're using here. But you're trying, look at the knee flex. You're trying to get back into what's right, okay? So you're trying to get back into that flex, but you're overshooting it. Now, if I go straight down, you're way out in front of yourself. Come into impact, please. Okay. Again, here we're trying to hit the back of the golf ball again. I'm going to show you what's happening here. You're actually rotating your hands right here a little early for me. I'm seeing too much rotation right here. I'd like to see that about a half-inch back. A quarter to a half-inch back in the rotation, not turned over quite as much. Because what's going to happen, you're going to come into this golf ball, into impact zone, with a closed club head. All right? Let me show you that and how it works. This is dead straight. Okay? Very straight in my setup here. If I follow the trajectory of your ball, you at some point are going to cross my line. Okay? Continue that on. At some point, you will cross my line. And you can't see it because it's dead underneath my line. All right, so let's watch all the way to finish, please. Okay, good. Finish is decent, really nice. Okay, as we talked about before, I'd like to see hands a little higher and the club draped over your shoulder in a geometric fashion. Okay, what I'm talking about here, let me get you back here and get you into the setup. Bear with me, please. Get you set up into this. Okay, so if we were back again, if our spine angle is a little more upright, that's going to put our eyes back in this region here, so it would make a much flatter swing plane for us. Okay, much flatter. Right here, you're used to looking over the golf ball, and we talked about that. I need you looking down your nose at the golf ball, and the only part you need to see is that back right quadrant. Okay, so that's why that head can come back up out of the way. It accomplishes many things, but number one, we get the head out of the way so the chin can travel, the shoulder, pardon me, can travel unimpeded around there. Okay, so that would be the spine angle I'd want you creating. And then when we get back, let me go forward with it here from Barry with me. Okay, if we get back to here, right here, okay, now you're starting to separate down here from your body, which is no good, and you're starting to create the cup, okay, which is no good. See how much club head I see right there? If it was tucked in, this would be a little straighter here, okay, but what it would do is it would set you up geometrically to make a great golf swing, because the spacing from the top of your swing to the bottom of your swing would be the same. Okay? You want too much, like most amateurs, okay? So what you do is you continue on. What happens here, Matt, is that your waist has stopped turning at this point. I'll draw this in orange. So you can see the rotation of your waist has stopped. What you're allowing to happen is your arms travel around, okay? Now we want to create that coil so it snaps like a rubber band, but we don't want to overdo it. Because what you're doing, we talked about, is that the whole twist move. You're not really creating tension or coil. You're letting the arms and hips rotate, all right? But here they've stopped. You'll see they're not turning anymore, but your hands continue to go, okay? Creates this huge amount of air under here, which is no good. We need to stay connected. We're still stepping up out of our knee flex, okay? Stepping up out of the knee flex. Get all this out of the way. Too much air, too much cup. Shaft angle is improper, okay? Way too much air and way too straight out of the knee flex. Okay, bring it into impact again, please. Trying to get back. You're trying your hardest to get back. Okay, boom. Let's finish. All right. This is right off the street, whether you knew it or not. You're attempting to make a weight transfer, because if I look at that foot, it's starting to rise up, and I'm starting to see the bottom of your cleats. Okay, so you were making a weight transfer whether you knew it or not. All right, so let me go find this other one here real quick for you. Give me 1 sec, please. All right. Okay, Matt, I'm going to have to go pull another film, so you're actually going to get 2 videos. This is the before, and then we're going to talk about the after, okay? But it is going to require me to go get another video that I did not preload. So I'll do that, and I'll send you 2 videos. One is the pre, and this is you now. This is off the street. The next one I send you will be after we've made corrections, and we'll address those as well, okay? So right now, I'll be with you again in a moment. Look for 2 videos, please.